Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Broad stock markets today are down. We are seeing a drop of 0.56% on the S&P 500, and just look at the results over here. Nasdaq down by 1.31, Russell down by 0.77. Things more broadly today are dropping, with the Dow Jones seemingly being somewhere between green and red as the day goes on. Anyway guys, we do still have a few hours to go until the markets do close. However, this video is going to be relevant for the next few days at the very least. We're going to be talking about SBET, SBET, SharpLink gaming stock, which today has seen a drop of 6.66%. Now, a few things that we need to note about this. Number one, almost all of the stocks that I've been looking at today, almost all of the stocks that I've been following today are seemingly in the red. Some of them by more than others. However, especially when it comes to these stocks which have a lot of popularity, these stocks which have a lot of hype, and these stocks which have a lot of volatility, this is absolutely something to take seriously, and it could potentially change our strategy going forwards. Now, do remember guys, if you're watching the video, I am not a financial advisor, and my videos are not financial advice. I'm simply sharing with you my personal thoughts and my opinions on the situations that we are seeing. With that being said, if you do enjoy the videos, make sure to give them a like and make sure to subscribe. It does help the channel a lot. Now we're going to jump in, and let's just start off by acknowledging what we are seeing in today's market. So again, things today are moving down. We're seeing a downtrend again of roughly 6-7% at the time of filming, which really does continue this downtrend that we've seen really since about the 11th. That's right, the past week or so has seen just consistent down days, a couple of up days here and there. But more broadly, a general red trend, right? A general negative trend, and a trend where things do go lower. Now, what's very interesting when we zoom in a bit further is we are still, at the time of filming, holding on to these levels around 1875. It's going to be really interesting to see if these levels hold up. And the reason why I say that is because just zoom out, you can see this is a historical level of support, right? Here, you've seen this hold up. And again, this red marker you can see sort of across the line here, right? Held up around here. We'll zoom out even further. This is a historical level of support, a relatively strong one too, right? Here, all the way through here. We've seen this hold up at many a point in the past. Sometimes it has broken. Again, here we've seen it hold up. And also here too. So sometimes it has broken, yes, that is true. But over, let's say, the past month, 2 months, this has been a relatively strong level. And that could be worth considering. Whether we can hold above that or around and above that, right, is going to be important. It's going to be one of the most important levels immediate to where we are right now. Now, in all fairness, this may break. This may break very soon after I film this video. But there are some other key levels to look to, so I think this is also important. However, we must acknowledge now the consistent downtrend that we are seeing, right? Lower highs and lower lows. And especially when we're seeing a drop today of 6% plus, it's all worth considering. So if we can see those levels hold up, that is great. However, if we were to ask the question of, would I personally buy at those levels? And again, you guys can do what you want. But would I personally buy at those levels? I would not. I think it's relatively risky. And already, right, we're bouncing below that level. So I think the next level that I'm looking for to hold up is at the very least 1683, which would represent an even further drop than what we've seen today. And again, that is a level roughly that we've seen hold up a couple times in the past. We've seen it hold up right back here. And you can make an argument that we've seen it hold up back here as well. 1683, $17 roughly. We need to see that hold up, right? That is going to be the next level to the downside. However, this would present a sizable drop too. You guys are ready to get serious about trading for less than the price of a coffee every day? I've got to tell you about the new Patreon page that I have just launched. That's right guys, I have a new Patreon. I'm going to be sharing everything on here, from my personal stocks that I am watching to pre-market updates, as well as a Discord group which I have started. It's going to allow you to access similar-minded, like-minded people who are also interested in sharing their knowledge about the markets. I'm going to be sharing a lot of stuff over here guys. There's going to be a lot of exclusive content coming in the next couple of weeks, but do bear in mind, for most of the tiers, spots are limited. The Market Scout, where you'll gain access to the Discord, prices will change after 150 members. At the moment guys, I'm limited for time, so the Trader's Edge course and above, we're limiting the courses even lower, right? There's a limited amount of people who can join. At the same time, depending on the level of mentorship that you want, we have prices going all the way up from $14.50 to the highest tiers over here that you can see. Again, if you're looking to take your journey to that next level, On these middle tiers, this is personally the one that I would recommend, even though it's not the most expensive. It costs less than a coffee every single day, and the amount of information that you'll get here, in my personal opinion, is absolutely worth the value. At the very least, guys, you can become a member for free. The link is down in the description, the comment section, and the bio. Just give it a look and see what you think. And of course, feel free to sign up if you're looking to take your journey even further. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the video. Now, this is also the point where we bounced in the last trend and went even higher. But for me personally, and I know it's an opinion that a lot of you guys may not like, but I wouldn't be adding until $17, right? I wouldn't consider adding until $17. Just my opinion. Now, if you are more risk adverse, like I say, very strong argument potentially for 1875 roughly being a good support. However, are we going to see that hold? Now, again, I hope that it does. I absolutely hope it does. And I give you guys both ends of the spectrum. I give you the positive levels that I'm looking for. I give you the negative levels. I give you the upside. I give you the downside. It's not because I don't have my opinions, and I always give you them at the end, but it's because I want you guys to know the story on both sides of the spectrum. This is a stock market, right? Things could go either way. They could go up, they could go down. We all know this. But having the education, having the knowledge of which way is likely, even if we go one way or the other, right? I think it can only be helpful. So yeah, I wouldn't personally consider buying this until $16, $50, $17, somewhere in that range. I think that's going to be a very important level to watch out. Our previous bounce was around that point, and it could hold up here. Now, just like a few of the other stocks that we've been looking at on the channel, let me also bring to your attention that compared to where we were back here, which is only in May, right? This stock has seen incredible highs, and compared to that $2-ish, $2 something that we were at then, compared to where we're at now, we're still up big. Even compared to this $10, still big, right? $9 something here, we've basically seen the stock double. We're still holding on to massive gains, and I don't think that I think there's a possibility that we might avoid giving them all back, but I also think that things are now changing. I think we've broken past our previous levels of important support, minus this level that I spoke about at previously mentioned levels. However, we're seeing this break now, right? 1875 is breaking. So past that, it's going to be likely that we're seeing this one going to the $17 range, very possibly even to the $16 range. Something really to watch out for here. Not necessarily a bad thing. But for my personal opinion, I would not be buying this one right now. Again, there is that potential that we hit that range in the next few days, which would represent an even larger drop. So if I was looking to buy in, if I was looking to add, for me personally, and I must stress this, you guys can do what you want, but I would not be adding to this one right now. Not me personally. I think there is going to be stronger positions where we can buy the stock at better prices, and that would, for me, indicate a better opportunity to pick the stock up. I think where we're at right now, we're a little bit high for where I would want to enter, and if that changes, then my opinion will of course change. But for now, I'm going to be watching this one on the sidelines, not adding, not buying, right? I think there is that now potential that we're going to see this one drop, especially when we consider that as stocks like this are largely followed because of hype, because of excitement, how does a drop of 6-7%, how does that affect people's mindsets going into the next day, into the next few days? Are we going to get people panic selling? Are we going to see the stock price drop even more? There's absolutely a possibility of that. Either way, I just don't see this as being a level close to any previous supports. I'm looking for $17 roughly, $16.80, somewhere like that. I think that's a good level. I think if we get to there, we can absolutely reassess based on what we see. But push down to there, bit of consolidation, that'd be a strong push for the next leg up. If we don't see that, again, we could be looking to see some consolidation here. Or there's absolutely that possibility we could drop through that level and go lower, right? This is just the reality of both ends of the spectrum. This is a very strong level to bounce from. 17 is a very strong level to bounce from. 1680, very strong level to bounce from. It could be any of those, but I think based on what we're seeing now, based on the prolonged trend, 1680, 17 is likely to be the next level that we hit, based in my opinion. If you enjoyed the video, guys, make sure to give it a like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I hope I will see you again soon. Goodbye.